What's up, guys? I'm Justin. I'm one of the pastors at Hope City. So grateful that you've taken a few minutes to watch this video. I wanted to share with you just an update that I gave to the entire church on Sunday, July 8th. I know many of you are out of town, many of you are traveling. It is July 4th week, and so trying to catch as many of us as possible, either in person or via the internet. And so thanks a lot for taking a few minutes just to watch what I believe to be a really important update about where we are financially. You know, we moved into our new facility in November. We did some renovations at the beginning of 2018, and then we had our grand opening in January of 2018. And since January of 2018, our attendance has grown by about 33%, which is awesome. God's doing some incredible things in our church, bringing a lot of new folks, a lot of new faces, a lot of new families. And our goal is over the next few months to assimilate everybody into groups and onto teams and really help people feel like this is their home. But one of the commitments that our board of directors has asked me to make to you is to keep you up to date on where we are financially. You know, it was a big undertaking to go from $6,000 a month that we were paying at the Ritz-Charles in rent to $13,375 that we've been paying in rent here in our new facility. And it was one of those things where we said, okay, we're going to step into the water and we're going to trust that God is going to show up as we step out in faith. And I mentioned to you at our June worship night, for those of you that were there, those of you who weren't, this is maybe new information, but we started out the year kind of rough. Our offering for the month of January was $12,000. Our monthly need is $28,000. And so immediately at the beginning of the year, we were about $16,000 behind budget, which is never a good thing. But we made up ground in February, we made up ground in March, and then in April, we did something that we had never done in the history of the church. Our offering for the month of April was $30,000, which our monthly need is a little over $28,000. And so for the first time in the history of the church, our giving exceeded our need, which was awesome. Then May hit, and May is a little bit, the beginning of summer, and then June really started ushering in summer and people traveling and people being a little inconsistent in their giving. And over the last 3 weeks, the last week of June and the first couple of weeks of July, our giving has been $3,000, $3,000, $3,000. Well, with our weekly need being $7,000, that means here we are the second week of July, and we are $12,000 in a deficit. And so I share with the church this morning that something that I wanted to share with you via this video, that we're in a critical place where we need to make up about $13,000 in giving this week. And one of the things that I shared with our churches, and I want to share with you guys, is as you watch this, is that I don't want to just bring you problems, I want to bring you solutions. And so here are 3 ways that we can come together and really help our giving be more consistent over the course of the summer. The first way is we can automate our giving. I don't know how you choose to give, but our app makes it very easy just to consistently automate. You can choose a reoccurring gift that helps us in forecasting how much is going to be given. Especially during the summer when attendance is inconsistent, it's a huge tool for us to be able to look and say, oh, well, so-and-so might be out of town, but here's where, we have, number of people out of town on a given week, but here's how much we know is automated this month. Just for an example, in the month of April, where $30,000 was given, only $8,000 of that was automated. And so there was no way for us to predict what April offering was going to be. Thankfully, it was as awesome as it was. And so if you choose to invest, if you choose to contribute and give back to God through Hope City, it would be a huge help for us if you automate your giving. Secondly, the second way that you can help us in this time of summer and this time of trying to make up this deficit is you can make a one-time, over and above your giving, mid-year gift. And we have several people that give. Actually, we have 2 families that I know of that they exclusively give through stock. And so, they have contacted me, they have emailed me and said, hey, I want to contribute to Hope City Church and I want to give stock to the church. And that's a great way for them to give. And it's also a great benefit for us because we immediately sell that stock and then we're given the proceeds of that stock sale. It goes directly into the general fund of the church. And one of the great things about that is the gentleman who manages the fund that the stock is given to goes to Hope City and he does not charge us a custodial fee at all for selling that stock or managing that fund for us. And so if that's something that you're interested in learning more about or would like to do that, feel free to email me and I'll be able to give you the method by which you can do that. And then finally, one of the things that we talked about today is, and you can watch the message online as well through the app, but how we are the church, right? And it's going to take all of us. And if you are coming to Hope City, you call Hope City home, and you're not contributing back to our church, maybe the first step for you is just to start giving, to start investing in the mission. Our mission is to help people find hope and follow Christ. It's not to keep the lights on. It's not to pay the rent. That we give back to this church in an effort to see God's plan unfold in our community. And so maybe for you, the first step is just say, you know what, I want to be a part of that. I want to give. I want to help us become all that God has created us to be. You know, we talked today about surrender and this idea of how we like to control things. And I want to encourage you to watch the message from this Sunday because it'll give you a greater context for what I'm sharing with you right now. But I really struggled this week on whether or not I was going to bring this to the church. I had a conversation with my wife, and I said, you know, I'm just thinking about whether or not I should talk about where we are financially. And you know, I don't know if I should do that. And my wife is like, Justin, it's a no-brainer. And I said, well, I just want to be a good leader, and a good leader just figures it out. She's like, no, a good leader figures it out. A great leader shares the need and allows the church to be all that God's created it to be. And so I'm coming to you in humility, just saying, hey, this is our need, this is where we're at, and I would love for you to be a part of it. My family and I, obviously, we give back to Hope City, and it's been one of the greatest joys of our life to see the life change that has happened in the context of our church. And so if you have any questions, feel free to email me, jdavis@hopecityindy.cc. I love you guys. I'm grateful for the work that God has called us to do together, and excited to see how God shows up as we progress throughout the summer. Have a good week.